Product design has been regarded as one of the most valuable skills to own in 2023. Now, you might be wondering, what is product design all about, right? Probably you've heard about the word somewhere, or let's say you are trying to dabble into product design as a career and you want to know what it's all about to get started. Now, this video is for you. Now, product design is basically designing the way a digital product, like let's say an app, a website, or a software. So designing the way to look, designing the way to work, and the way to function. Now think of it like this, right? Let's say the best example I can give is, let's say you're trying to build a house. Now to build a house, right, there are some people who call architects. So it's this architect that will basically draw out how the house is going to look like. So this is where the master's bedroom will be. This is where the sitting room will be. This is where the garden will be. That's what architects do. And what architects do is very similar to what we product design do. It's just that we are not designing buildings in this case. We are designing digital products. So product designers are people that are very skilled in designing websites, apps, softwares, or basically any digital interface, right? And if you look at it in the world today, right, almost everything is going online. Right, my father's fathers, right? They used to send letter to, let's say, from Akure to Lagos, or let's say you are sending it outside the country, and it might take months. But now we have something called email. Now we have something called WhatsApp, in which I can easily send a message or even give a phone call, right? In a second, basically my message has transferred over millions of miles to someone I want to communicate with, right? So that's the digital products we are talking about. So, and there are some people that basically have to sit down and say that, okay, how is this product going to work, right? How is it going to look like? How will people be able to use it? And those people are called product designers. So product designers are basically the architects of the internet. That's what we do, right? So everything you see, all the websites, probably you're using Google, you're using WhatsApp, you're using email, right? The websites, the app, the softwares, right? So we are basically the ones that design how it works, how it functions, and how it looks like. Now, before I proceed, my name is Adeshemi Promise, and I've been a product designer for 3 years. I've designed for startups, businesses, and companies, and helped them generate revenue, generate profit actually, right? Through designing these digital products. So now you might be wondering that, okay, what do product designers do in a sense, right? I said earlier we design digital products, right? Like websites, like apps, like softwares. And if you think about it, almost everything in the world today, every business or every activity in the world today has something to do with the internet. So let's say you are in a school, right? Let's say you are the owner of the school and you're trying to and let's say you're trying to make your operation simpler. You could use a website for your school, like for registration, for management of teachers, or management of pupils, even for payments and all. Now, that single website now is basically helping you to solve a lot of problems, things that you have to basically hire a lot of people to be able to accomplish. Now, just a single website is basically helping you do that automatically. And that's where digital product design comes in. That's where product design actually comes in. So what we do now is that we design how it's going to look. So you want a payment for your business. So how are people going to be able to access it, right? And we try to come up with this starting from the problem that our users are facing. Think of it like this. Let's think of WhatsApp, for example. Now you are using WhatsApp right now. Before, as I said earlier, we're using letters that might take months before you get to their destination. But now WhatsApp is basically at a few clicks you can send a message here to America or send a message here to any part of the world in a blink of an eye, right? But there has to be a way that the WhatsApp has to look like, right? It can't be like the way when our fathers were using letters. Now basically everything is done at a click of a finger, and that's how it is. So how is it going to look like? How is it going to function? How are people going to be able to use it? How is it going to solve their problem? Now that's where digital product design also comes in, and that's where we start our product design journey from. We start from the problem now, and then we try to understand the problem, then we move to the solution by designing how the product will look like, how it will function, and how people will use it, right? So product designers are very valuable in the sense that most companies or most organizations, right, are actually requesting for product designers in this sense, because everything now is going digital, right? Whether you're in health, whether you're in finance, whether you're having a business, or whether you're in education, irrespective of whatever field you are in, or irrespective of whatever field you are trying to go into, product design has a major role to play in it. Now, product designs, as I said earlier, are very valuable, and the global average income of a product designer is $70,000 per year. Now, you might be thinking, okay, some people are not earning up to that amount, and the reason is because like the amount varies for like different regions or different like countries, but the global average, like we take an average of all the salaries basically for a product designer, right, is $70,000 per year. So it's a very, very high salary, especially if you're a Nigerian, right, and you're trying to convert it into naira, right? So it's a lot of money actually. So product designers are actually valuable, and people and companies, organizations are actually requesting for them, right? And where do we work? We work at, as I said earlier, right, there are different companies you can work in, because if you think about it, almost every business in the world today now needs a website, right, or needs something to do with digital, right? If you are not posting on Instagram, right, if you are not posting, let's say like your goods, your services on Instagram or social media, right, of course having a website now just gives you that awareness that, okay, this is what I do, and you can request for my services. And then just think of it like a house on the internet. That's what product design actually gets you to, in the sense that we actually design how that website now, let's say for your business or let's say for your service or whatever you're doing, right, like how it will look, how it will work, how it will function. So, and that's what we do. So we are very, very relevant, and we work with a lot of people, right? We work with software engineers, we work with other designers, and in fact product design is a very, very good starting point if you are willing to like transition into tech, right? Let's say you want to be a software engineer, or you want to be let's say you want to go into graphic design, for example, or let's say you are going to data science or machine learning, right? Or let's say back-end engineering or front-end engineering, whatever you are trying to go in tech, right? Product design actually gives you that foundation you need to be able to transition into that aspect of tech, regardless of what it is, right? So product design gives you the foundation, gives you the overview you need to be able to like go transition into it. So whether you're a software engineer, whether you're a product manager, or whether you are a front-end, back-end, or AI engineer, basically you actually need your product design skills to be able to understand clearly what you are trying to do, right? So, and that's how it works. So UX designers, product designers are actually very, very important, and people sometimes also call them UI UX designers. Basically the same thing. Both product designers and UI UX designer, they basically like perform the same function in designing, creating digital products that are useful, right, and are usable too. So that's how it works. So let's just go over everything we learned basically. So product designers are very valuable. That's the first thing you need to know. Are very valuable. Most companies are requiring for a product designer to be able to design their digital products, whether it's an app, website, or software. And product designer has to do with designing, has to do with crafting out, has to do with creating a digital product, right? And starting from the user problems, of course, your user are like the people you are trying to build a solution for, like starting from their problems, and then you are creating a solution that will tackle that problems using a digital product. And in this sense, it can be an app, it can be a website, it can be a software. So that's what product designers do. I hope I've been able to basically give you the definition of what a product designer is. And I believe right now you basically have the knowledge about what product designers do. And now it can actually benefit you yourself, whether you are a person willing to go into tech, or whether you just want to learn what product design is, or whether you are even a business owner or an entrepreneur and you are trying to see how you can design or how you can, let's say, hire people like to create a digital product for you, or probably you want to create a digital product for yourself, right? So I believe this is a good starting point for you to learn what product design is. And as you continue to learn, as you continue to research, you begin to see how everything works, and you begin to learn more about it. So that's the end of the video. So like and subscribe if you have learned what product design is all about. Thank you.